Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video we're just going to deploy an application gateway. So far what we have created a resource group called ABUSU AZ300. Within this resource group I have two virtual network, VNet East US and VNet West US. East is deployed in East US region. West is deployed in the West US region. We have created a gateway VPN connection, virtual network gateway in the West US, and we have assigned a gateway public IP address. In this video we're going to deploy a application gateway, and let's see what needs to be done for that. Alright, so we are gonna deploy it in our West US region. So let's go to our Azure environment and let's search for application gateway, and here they are. So we want to select it. I don't have any in my environment, so let's create one. So once you create one, it's asking the resource group. I'm going to deploy in the same resource group that I have been using. Name of the application gateway is, this is the one that I'm going to select. So, and then where it's located, it's in the West US. Where is my West US? There we go, West US, and standard v2 is what we want. Okay, and then enable auto scaling. I think let's enable that one, and virtual networking. And since we already have a virtual network, let's see here within in the West region, and see it's actually not even letting you select the East US virtual network. So you gotta use this network as your virtual network. And subnet, it's creating a back-end subnet for you. Let's see, front end virtual network VNet, we got that one. I think we're okay just using that one for now. Let's see if there's anything else that we need to do. There's lots of steps, in particular creation of application gateway. Minimum scale unit 0 to 10. 0 doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I guess you can use zeros. I'm not going to change any of that stuff right now. So we'll just go to the front end, and then we're going to define the front end as public, and we're going to create a new IP address, and we're going to say this is the public IP that we would like to use. Okay, I'm having trouble with the copying text. So public, add new, that's the name that I want to use, and I guess there's no other option that's available. You know, both are going to be standard and static. That's going to be automatically selected. So that's good. So front end, we have just defined one IP. Let's see what you need to define in the backend. So backend, you can define your backend pool, and let's add a web tier pool. So let's name put web tier. And since I do not have any targets, add sorry about the noise, but here we are, and we are adding a backend pool. But since I do not have any resources, like no VMs, nothing defined yet, I'm still just gonna say add backend pool without target. I'm gonna say yes. Okay, if you say no, then you can add different type of backend resources that are supported. You can have a backend IP address or the fully qualified domain name. You can have virtual machine scale set, or even an app service that you can put in the backend pool of an application gateway. But right now I don't have any resources, so I'm just gonna say yeah, create the backend pool. I'll take care of the resources later. So hit add. So that took care of this. Let's see what else do we need to do. Then configuration. When you come to the configuration, I have a public IP over here, we have not defined any routing rules. Here are the backend pools. Now this is really showing what's going on in the front end, in the application gateway, what is coming to the front end, and there are the resources that are in the back end. Here are the routing rules that are going to decide what and where to direct the traffic based on your rules. So let's see, we can add at least one rule, and we're going to name this rule as web listener. Let's see if I can copy. Okay, so here you can click on it. It will give you let you add a rule. Name of the rule is going to be web listener. So listener, what is the name of this listener? I don't, name is put HTTP. Then front end IP is public. Protocol, we are using HTTP and 80 at this moment. I think HTTP basic, and error page, we have not defined an error page right now. You can, if you like, and then provide a link to the error pages that you want to provide. Let's see, anything else that we need, at least on the listener section. I think we are good. So it's name you have configured, we call it HTTP, and front end is the public IP, and we have called it the web tier. Let's see, backend target. Backend target, we really do not have anything defined. So let's see if there's anything that we need to do. So backend target is the web tier. So here, where do we want to go? Want to move the traffic? It's going to go to the web tier. And HTTP setting, we have to create a new, and we're going to create a HTTP. So here I'm going to create a new HTTP. Name is also HTTP. So again, it's not letting me copy properly. So HTTP and cookie, all of that I'm gonna say leave it default, and override renew, all of that is I'm gonna keep it as default. Backend port, is there a backend port section in here? Yeah, backend port we have already defined as 80. So I think that's all is needed. Okay, so let's click on add. So this is really interesting. Let me see, is there a validation or something that's going on? No. Yeah, okay. So really what we have done, we have sent, this is my front end and this is my back end, and this rule that we added, the web tier, if we click on it again, you see that it's saying it's going to listen on the HTTP traffic on the front end IP at port 80. It's a basic type of listener. Okay, and sorry, what it's gonna do, it's gonna send the traffic to our backend target, and the target type is the web tier. It's also HTTP type, and that's pretty much it. And we have already defined the backend pool. We have configured it, we haven't added anything. Okay, it's there's this pool where it's gonna send all the traffic back. So that's all I really needed to do. So let's just keep going and don't need to add any tags, and at this time I can hit create to create my application gateway. So that's how you create the application gateway, and we have not dealt with any complications like deploying virtual machines or anything like that, databases, nothing like that. This is the bare minimum configuration that you need to do just to get some hands-on experience with application gateway. And as with anything else, it will just take few minutes to get this deployment done, and once it's available, in the next lab we might use this application gateway and deploy some virtual machines and do some interesting stuff with it. So thank you for watching this video. Hope it was useful to you. Subscribe, share. I have tons of video, just take a look. If you have any questions related to Azure, I'm trying to do as many as possible, and I'll continue to do more videos in cloud technologies. Thank you.